Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel. So, I got a little something. It was a last minute decision for my old F100. I've been wanting to do it and everybody's starting to lean more towards it, and we're talking about power adders. So I've dealt with nitrous a bunch, so I decided to go turbo. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to put it on my old F100 and see if I can make it work. It's got a carburetor on it, so I'm going to have to convert the carburetor to blow through from just standard, which means putting solid floats in it, putting jet extensions on it, and any other thing that it'll need, and it should be good. It's going to be a process, but I want to learn. I've been telling myself for a couple years I want to do it, so I finally pulled the trigger. I've got the whole kit over there. I can just only bring one at a time. Now what I'm gonna probably have to do is modify a little bit. As you can see, I don't know once that's bolted in. All right, so I'll go ahead and tell you, this kit is for a Fox body. I bought the kit for a Fox body. Originally planned on putting it on the white Fox that I have, but we're going to actually put a 400 in there, not the modified, but the true 400 eventually. But there is a 5.0 in it right now. But what I'm thinking about doing is, since I have a lot of room in here, and this is a 302, everything should still clear. The only thing that I'm going to have to reroute or whatever is, I think the alternator is going to have to be moved in some. It's on a pivot point here, so just move it in. As long as I don't get too close to the bottom radiator hose. And the downpipe, which I won't really know until I get these headers off for sure. The downpipe looks like it's going to clear also. And I'm going to do I think I'm leaning towards like a minimum of a 67 millimeter turbo. And do the carbureted setup. I'm gonna have to do a fuel pressure regulator, the 1-to-1 ratio for boost reference fuel pressure regulator and fuel pump. So I'm only planning on running probably. See, when I built this motor, I didn't gap the rings for boost because this was like 5 years ago. So I'm probably going to lean towards like 7 to 9 psi. I don't want to go over than that. I think I'll be taking a big risk. And just something to have fun with it. Plus I want to learn how to do turbo. You never know, I might end up converting my Blue Fox, here you go, my Blue Fox to turbo, which this kit will fit on it, and that's EFI. That's still fuel injection, so it'll be a lot easier. I don't want to rip my blue car apart. It's pretty much all factory besides the GT40P heads I put on it, and besides the cam, the standard bolt-ons basically. So I'm gonna try it on this. Like I said, it's a 302, and it should be the same thing as long as nothing's in the way. So I'm not going to cut the inner fenders out. I really don't want to deal with that. If it bolts directly on and doesn't interfere with anything, the turbo's going on here. If it doesn't, then I will be putting it on the white car. So it's just going to be a process. I still got to get a few things. I still got to get the blow-off valve. I still got to get the turbo, which would be like a couple weeks. I'm leaning towards the GT45. I'm leaning towards the GT45 eBay turbo. Richard Horner says, that's a really good turbo, and he uses it on a lot of stuff, and it's just a cheap setup. Like, I literally got the headers, the header kit for turbo for like 150 bucks off eBay. So how good is it? I don't know yet. We'll see. It looks pretty good made. See, hang on, let me walk over here and I'll show you the rest of the kit. The flanges are super thick, everything. And this is for a T4 turbo, T4 bolt flange, or bolt pattern I should say. Comes with the gaskets. This for your T4 flange. Comes with 2 header gaskets. Now, I've been told by multiple people, do not run a gasket because it will blow out. But I am going to run a gasket just to see what happens. If not, then I'm just going to make sure all the surfaces are exactly flat and use high temp silicone. They say they have the best luck for them. Or use the metal shim gasket. But anyways, back to the rest of the kit. That's your blow-off valve spot, wastegate. It's got a flex to it, you know, flex joint. It's got spots for your O2 sensors already go in. One there. That's the other side, the driver's side. And there are V-bands on both, V-band clamp. And it's got one there for O2 sensor. So I've got multiple places to put the O2 sensors. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a process though. So we'll see. It's just one step at a time. But I've been wanting to do it for a while now, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. I couldn't pass it up. It was too good of a deal. So just one part at a time and take my time and do it. But I will keep y'all updated. Thank y'all for watching, sharing, subscribing, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to still do stuff to the Fox. Just, you know, they always say you always start another project before you finish one. So I guess it's true. I don't know. It just so happened to be that kit popped up. It's too cheap to pass up. But like I said, I don't know how good the quality of it is. I don't know. We'll see. And I think it's going to bolt right in. As y'all can see, these F100s, man, this truck's been sitting for about a year. These F100s, they have a lot of room. There'll be no problem for it to go down. The only thing I'm worried about is the oil filter. I might have to get an adapter or run the shorty oil filter. But other than that, I mean, there's so much room in this thing. That's why I was leaning towards this. And the front of the oil pan is basically the same as a Fox, so that shouldn't interfere. The fuel pump, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards an electric fuel pump with a boost reference control, a boost reference regulator. So there might be a few things, but we'll see. First step would be getting these off and just mocking up the turbos, you know, the headers, and see how it all lines up. So I'll keep y'all updated. There'll probably be a time-lapse video whenever I go to put the kit on there, just to see. I know y'all don't want to hear me ramble in my mouth. I'm not too good at this, but I'm doing it all for fun and just something else to do. So anyways, I'll keep y'all updated. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all take care. See ya.